Hey sixth graders, I hope you're all doing well and know that I'm missing your smiling faces each day. I can't believe that it's been a month since I saw you. I hope you're using this time wisely and staying on top of your schoolwork. Just a quick reminder, for math you should have finished a MobyMax on integers, a MobyMax on ratios, a Big Ideas on ratios, and a Mastery Connect on ratios. This week, we're continuing ratios, but specifically using ratio tables to help us find equivalent ratios. If you think back to fractions, this is basically the same thing. If we have the fraction 3/6, we can simplify that to 1/2 by dividing both the numerator and the denominator by 3. In the same way, if we have 3 tables for every 6 chairs, we can simplify that by saying we have 1 table for every 2 chairs. Ratio tables can be used horizontally or vertically. I'm going to give you a problem and show you 3 different ways to solve it. A horizontal table, a vertical table, and using ordinary ratios. So, you have 4 apples for every 5 oranges. How many oranges do you have if you have 16 apples? Okay, so if we come over here, if I look at this horizontal table, I set up, I'm talking about apples and oranges, and they specifically say that I have 4 apples for every 5 oranges. So when I set it up, I have apples and oranges, 4 and 5. Does everybody see how this kind of looks like a fraction 4/5? So if they tell us that we have 16 apples and we don't know how many oranges there are, now we can look at our table and say, how do I travel from 4 to 16? I do that by multiplying by 4. So if I multiply the top number by 4, I'm also going to multiply this bottom number times 4. And we all know that 5 times 4 equals 20. So with our horizontal table, we've shown that we have 20 oranges. Now if we move over to this vertical table, same problem. We have apples and oranges, but this time instead of going above each other, we're making them beside each other. So we have 4 apples for every 5 oranges. Same thing to go from 4 to 16. Since they tell us we have 16 apples, we multiply by 4. To figure out how many oranges we need, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to multiply 5 times 4, which is 20. And then finally, if you just use regular ratios, if you don't want to set it up in a table, you can do that. I would always start off by writing the things that we're talking about. So for this one, we were talking about apples and oranges. For the other example I gave you, tables and chairs. Just to make sure that you remember which number belongs with which item, because remember, order matters when you're doing ratios. So if I have 4 apples for every 5 oranges, once again, we know that we have 16 apples. To go from 4 to 16, I multiply times 4. So to figure out how many oranges we need, we're going to do the exact same thing. 5 times 4 equals 20. So in all 3 different methods, we find out that there are 20 oranges when we have 16 apples. I hope this helps you. I'm also including examples and links to other sites on Canvas that will help you complete your exercises this week. This week we are only going to do 2 MobyMaxes. So there are two sections of MobyMax on ratios. And then we're going to do 5.2 and Big Ideas. Remember, you can email me if you have any questions, or you can join our Wednesday conference. I hope this has been helpful. I hope we get to see each other again soon. Bye.